Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Arraya Azzahra and my store number is 221304202. Okay, here I would like to retelling story about the terrible old man. Is a short story by H.P. Lovercraft. Okay, first let me give you some information from the story. The story is set in a small New England town and revolves around an old man who is rumored to be a former pirate captain. The old man is said to keep the soul of his former crew captive in jars, and he is feared by the local resident. The story begins with the narrator describing the old man's house and the strange noises that can heard coming from it at night. The narrator is intrigued by the old man and decides to investigate further. He discovers that the old man is indeed a former pirate captain who has used black magic to keep the souls of his former crew captive. Okay, the old man is described as a retired monster, as he no longer human, but has retained some semblance of humanity. He is a terrifying figure, and even the bravest of men are said to run away in terror when they encounter him. The old man himself is terrified by his own reflection and decides to just go with it, accepting his strange existence. The story is part of Lovercraft's Cthulhu mythos, a shared universe of horror and science fiction stories that features supernatural beings and ancient cults. Lovecraft's work is known for its atmospheric writing and chilling atmosphere, and The Terrible Old Man is no exception. The story is a cautionary tale about the dangers of curiosity and the unknown, um, and it has become a classic of the horror game. Okay, uh, I will give you the retelling about the the Terrible Old Man by H.P. Lovecraft. The story is set in a small New England town where a man named the narrator lives in a house in the woods. One day, he hears a knock on his door. It's an old man who claims to be a friend of his late neighbor. The old man asks the narrator if he has seen of his things around the woods, such as a cane or a hat. The narrator said, "I haven't seen anything, but I keep an eye out." The old man said, "Thank you, my friend. I appreciate your help." The old man leaves, but the narrator can shake the feeling that something is off. Days pass, and the narrator begins to notice strange things happening around his house. He hears strange noises in the woods, and he sees the old man lurking around his property. The narrator begins to suspect that the old man is a thief, and he decides to confront him. The narrator, "Hey, hey you, what are you doing on my property?" The old man said, "I'm just looking for some of my things, my friend. I must have missed them when I was leaving your neighbor's house." The narrator, "I haven't seen anything. of yours. Now get off my property. The old man leaves, but the narrator can shake the feeling that something is off. One night, the narrator sets a trap for the old man. He waits in his house, armed with a gun. When the old man enters his property, the narrator confronts him. "You're a thief, aren't you? I haven't seen you lurking." The narrator confronts the narrator said, "I'm sorry, uh, you're a thief, aren't you? I've seen you lurking around my property." The narrator said, "I'm not a thief, my friend. I'm a guardian of the woods. The woods are home to a terrible creature, one that is beyond human comprehension." The old man said. The narrator, What are you talking about? I don't believe you." The old man, "You should, my friend. The creature is dangerous, and it will attack anyone who enters the woods." The narrator, "I'll decide for myself what to believe. Now get off my property." The old man leaves, but the narrator can shake the feeling that something is off. That night, the narrator goes into the woods to investigate. He soon realizes that the old man was telling the truth. He sees the terrible creature. He sees the terrible creature, a being unlike anything he has ever seen before. The creature attacks the narrator, leaving him for dead. The story ends with the narrator in the hospital, recovering from his injuries. He realizes that he should have listened to the old man and stay away from the woods. The story is a cautionary tale about the dangers of curiosity and unknown. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you for watching this video, and I'm sorry if there are any mistakes from me. Okay, see you guys. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.